The River Jordan was probably not a particularly pleasant stretch of water. So Naaman ignored this, and he would rather live with his leprosy than wash 3 times in the River Jordan because it was beneath his dignity. Well, to many of us who are intellectually adept, we've been through the whole process of religion for many years. We got to a point whereby perhaps we were, I don't know, from an Episcopalian, from an Anglo-Catholic background, from a Roman Catholic background. And many of the earthy, kind of emotional bits of Christianity, frankly, there was a time when I thought they were beneath me. Repentance, for example, and the concept of being born again, because it wasn't couched in theological terms, I used to turn my nose at it. I associated it with the enemy, when in reality, its associations are there for everybody. It doesn't matter what you want to call it. What it is what the Alcoholics Anonymous and the Sex Addicts Anonymous and the other 12-step groups all call reaching rock bottom. That no healing can come to human beings until that rock bottom has been reached, until you accept that you are powerless over what ails you. Until you accept that you are powerless over what ails you. It's what the medieval mystics used to call the dark night of the soul. It is an obsession with the mundane. And mundane means of the world. It means increasing ill health. It means ungodlikeness. Instead, we choose the transcendent, the supramundane. We choose health and we choose wholeness. So, on the 25th, I will be taking part in an extraordinary ceremony where somebody does that publicly, where, as an act of public witness, in the same way as people come to Weight Watchers or to Financial Peace University so that they can do things surrounded by their peers and they will be judged on their results, somebody actually goes forward and says, I offer this up to you, this is my personal testimony, this is something I want to do. I'm offering myself to God, and you get to watch it too. Because sometimes things said can be said cheaply. Sometimes things done in private can be done cheaply. And if nobody knows any different, you can turn your back on them very quickly indeed. After communion today, there's going to be 3 prayer partners, and there'll be the opportunity to come forward for healing, for prayers for wholeness. There's some consecrated oil, and if it's your tradition to be anointed with oil, or if you'd like to be anointed with oil, come forward. If you would like laying on of hands, you can come and have hands of healing laid on you. If you prefer quiet prayer, you can have that as well. If you'd like a full service, you can come for that and have all 3. But before offering that publicly, and publicly saying we were going to have a healing service, I wanted to be able to say what I felt in my heart healing was. And that if you ask for healing, you better be prepared for the consequences. You had better be prepared for the consequences. What you are effectively saying is, I am willing to go anywhere, to do anything, to become anything, to say anything, if my journey leads me there, if God wills it. That is not something that you should do easily or on a whim. But in future, when you pray for healing and wholeness, and when you pray for the healing and wholeness of other people, and when we offer people up for prayers, let us think very, very deeply and be prepared for everything that that may bring. Because whatever it is, and wherever we would choose it now, ultimately, it is going to be by far the best thing that we can ever choose.